Welcome to Divine Honey Podcast. I am your host, your friend Tamika Johnson.
Yeah, it's a little bro TJ in the house. What's good?
If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This show is about human experiences. This includes thought provoking conversations and, of course, our Divine Honey guest sharing stories about love, life, journey, and purpose. If you feel inspired, show some love in the chat, you guys. This is your inspirational podcast.
Tap in with us, man. We need them clicks, man. Tap in with us.
Tap in. It's been a little minute. I think our last
Bro,
broadcast
just
was
talking about.
Tim. You act like seeing me once a week is like killing your spirit.
No, I'm just playing. It's been because we didn't go. Oh yeah. It has been a little while. Now that you say that,
It's been a little minute. Just a quick catch up. What y'all doing over in the Johnson Peppers household?
man. We out here trying to live. Uh, Bree still trying to find a job. Landon over here looking like OG, triple OG, Big Swole. Kingston's wild. The 4-year-old got his own mind. He act just like me. I'll be ready to knock him out every day. And work is going good. It's like everything is everything. We trying to make it work. Going through stress, going through triumphs, and having some joy. All of it in one. How's everything
Well,
over there in the AZ where it's 100 degrees?
everything is everything. It is going. Um, I have no complaints. It is warming up though. It is warming up.
Yeah, we're getting warm
So
weather, but it's so dang windy.
it's what is it here? It's like 79 right now. That's kind of low. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
bad.
decent. I'll take that.
Let's see. Well, I want to say I see Bree um on Instagram. Her content is great. Her outfits are cute. Like I'm gonna need some clothing
We'll
fashion
start buying
advice.
off her stuff, bro, so we can make some money.
I do. I need to because I told her I was redoing my wardrobe and I was getting all the staple pieces, which I've already done that. But she has some cute pieces, so I need to click on her link.
Yeah, go ahead and tap in with that, bro. We need to make this money over here. This little money on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, let's just get into it. So
Yeah.
today's topic is disappearing acts, ghosting, blocking, and the fear of conflict.
Yeah, all that
Tim,
junk sounds scary to me.
I feel like you're a great communicator. This should not even be scary to you.
I'm not saying scary in the sense that like I'm afraid. Like I'm saying like if I'm blocking you and avoiding conflict, that's being scary, is what I'm saying.
Is it?
Yes. Versus me just
Think
saying, bro, I'm done talking to you and leave it at that and don't respond.
that is true. But what about have you thought about people that aren't good at conflict?
So that's you ain't never gonna resolve it then if you continue to block, ghost, and whatever. You ain't never gonna resolve it.
I agree with you. So when you've never blocked anyone.
For what?
I mean, okay, I blocked someone last week.
I bet you did.
I was just being petty. It was really
That's
just
what I'm
that.
saying. They're like,
It was all out of anger. It was like, I mean, afterwards, I was kind of like, damn, that was really immature. I'm supposed to be growing. Well, I didn't grow that day. I
I'm trying
reverted
to tell
back.
you. It's so easy and versus just I think we talk about like a we speak a lot about boundaries,
Mhm.
but when push comes to shove, we fold. So when we fold, it's easier to just block and ghost so you don't have to deal with it versus just being like, I'm done talking to you and meaning it, standing on your word.
And sometimes in that, there doesn't have to be an explanation. I think we sometimes I think when there's that conversation of conflict, or I've already decided I don't want to be a part of this, we think that there has to be this conversation to end peacefully. But there are some people like, I'm not talking to you no more. And then you want to know why. They don't have to really give you anything. I guess it would be nice so you can grow as a person, or grow from the situation, both of you, but they don't really owe you that.
I mean, if it gets to the point of you're about to block, the person on the other end that you're blocking knows. So it ain't even like if it's truly getting to that point, they know why you if I say we're done talking, they know why we're done talking. There's no point of no explanation. Now if it's just something out of the blue, like where you just getting like a bad vibe or something,
Hmm.
I mean that's like 50-50 on you if you want to be like, man, we just not vibing no more. I'm gonna let it be because sometimes it does catch people off guard when you get ghosted. Like I
Yeah.
know like a lot of single men, well I guess I only know one for real. Well, two now, but one that's like actively dating. And
Hmm.
I've heard stories of just being ghosted, and there ain't no like it just out of like it catches off guard. Like
Hmm.
say you're talking to somebody that live out of the state or not in close proximity to you, folks just stop responding out of nowhere, and you thinking everything's cool.
Yeah. And that's rough. So I get like it would be nice to like just say that you don't want to participate. You have a change of heart.
Yeah, facts. That's
Just say,
yeah, no,
you're a really nice. Yeah, you're a really nice person. You don't even have to say. You don't have to lie. Maybe you don't think they're a nice person. You know what? I'm just not interested. But that's when we get into uncomfortable conversations and conflict because
facts.
we're afraid to have those conversations because there could be conflict. So people who have a hard time with conflict, a couple of things can happen. You shut down.
Hmm.
So have you heard of people? They just shut down,
Hmm.
or I or you're afraid the conversation could go left and you don't want to say things that you will regret.
Uh,
You're like, I don't know.
I think maybe like in my 20s, but like even then, like yeah, I don't know. Like I
No, Tim, this is an all age sickness. This is
that's
not
what I
no
know
young
it is. I
kid.
know. I'm just trying to. I'm reflecting on like just like the years of life of.
Mhm,
I feel like that's like middle school, high school behavior. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Like we don't have the skills or the skill set to like truly deal with conflict. So it's easier for me to just get defensive and talk a bunch of stuff to you and hurt your feelings
mhm.
versus like dealing with, damn, this is over. We're not gonna work out.
Right,
I don't know. I think there's like a lot of emotional maturity that needs to like progress or happen.
100%. And there's books to help with that. I think
Oh,
it just starts with communication. I wonder if this in the romantic relationship or the friendship, if there was never emotional safety to begin with,
right.
because there's some people that you would be okay with having hard conversations with, and then there's some people you're not. Do you think that has to do? I think it has to do with the nature of the relationship, how you guys interacted within that relationship, and emotional safety.
Yeah, I agree. I was listening to. Do you listen to Jay Shetty? I think
Mm-mm.
that's his name. I think he might be an Indian dude. He's like a motivational speaker.
I no.
Look him up. It's like JayShetty, and he was on the Pivot with Channing Frye. Oh my goodness, Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor. And they were talking about love, and he was like, you know, when we get in these loving relationships, we always put our romantic relationships on like on this high pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
But every relationship that we have, whether it's your brother, sister, whether it's your friend, whether it's your mom's dad, whoever it is, love should be love. And we shouldn't have a ranking order on how we love in those relationships because love should be love.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's kind of like an interesting spin because how you were just talking about depending on the situation, if we go off that guideline of love is love, I'm treating everybody the same in the sense that how I'm
Mm-hmm.
communicating with you, or if we're breaking something off, or what have you. But I think that's a skill set. And I think that's very challenging to do because we do prioritize or rank our relationships based on how people feel or how people make us feel and vice versa.
I agree. I agree. Also, I wonder, is there some type of like, even with the conflict part,
Hmm.
it doesn't always mean that there's a resolution. Well, the resolution could be we go our own way lovingly, right?
Yeah,
But why are we even afraid to have that conversation to say that maybe I don't want to reconcile?
I think it's we know the feelings. Like I think when you know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of that, it kind of gives you anxious, like an anxious feeling of, damn, I'm about to break this person's heart, or I'm about to end this. This could be good. So now you start like second guessing the whole
Hmm.
time. You know it's not good for you to be a part of it because you're thinking based off what the other person's going to think or feel versus how you feel or think.
You know what I was thinking about? When we're not sometimes willing to have those conversations, or can't, we might not have the ability or
Yeah,
the
that's real.
tools or the
Yep,
skill set, really just that, or the language, right, to say how we feel or articulate ourselves. I wonder, when we avoid it, is there a lack of honesty?
absolutely.
That's what I always think about. There's a lack of honesty in our relationship.
But I think that's exactly where the ghosting comes from. Like I think ghosting comes first and then blocking comes later on. I ghost you because I'm trying to avoid.
Period. Yeah.
I ghost for as long as I until I can't handle it no more, and then I just block your ass. Yeah, right. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Well, the person I blocked, I actually unfriended them like a long time ago. And something happened where they asked why I unfriended them. And I said, we don't speak. So I unfriended you. There was another situation of why I had to talk to them. And I was focused on that.
Yeah,
And I don't know. There was just some passiveness. I felt passive aggressiveness in the situation. I'm not getting in detail.
you don't got to.
After everything was resolved, I blocked them. I think, but I think the nature of that relationship is we met young,
Sure.
and that was the nature of our relationship. We always had conflict,
Oh, you never
and
even matured, and
yep, we would never discuss it. We would just stop speaking for years at a time, like increments of 2 years at a time, and then
yeah,
just start off where we were. So we never matured in our relationship together ever.
right.
And I take responsibility because in that situation I was not mature. But
Yeah, it is what it is. What it is.
it
You
is what
know,
it is. I mean, I'm okay with it. It kind of felt good, but
ain't no love lost because I don't even sound like there's actually love ever there.
and there wasn't honesty.
Yep.
There wasn't
So
love. You nailed it, and that sucks. And sometimes, even romantic relationships and friendships, they run their course sometimes.
they do.
And we like to stay. We always, how everyone has to think, we got to work it out. We got to work it out. But sometimes it's okay to let go. In some cases, I've seen it where people, I'm going to stand by them no matter what. Is is that a trauma response? Meaning, if your background is you were always alone, you don't have a
Yeah.
lot of family, you're going to hold on.
Abandoned.
Yes, abandonment issues, holding on past the expiration date.
Yep.
And then also, you cannot make other people have those hard conversations. If they're not ready, they're not ready.
Yeah, and it's not even good to even try to even attempt to have the conversation if not ready, because then it don't really go nowhere. Because that's when it really starts to get nasty. Because then people get defensive.
Hmm. So yeah, I think it's the tools. I wish they taught this stuff kind of more so in school about conflict resolution,
You
about
really
communication.
you really only learn conflict resolution unless you're doing like de-escalation or something. Like if you're doing
Really?
like a de-escalation training, that's the only reason. That's like really the only time you really learn conflict resolution. They don't really teach you much conflict. They like brush over conflict
Hmm.
in like leadership trainings. Like I've been to a couple of leadership trainings and they brush over it, but it doesn't go into too much depth. And I think a lot of times people want to know the depth of how to really have the conversation and
Hmm.
have the skills to have the conversation or to even recognize, because really in conflict resolution it's more co-regulation where
Yeah.
someone has to be calm.
Right.
If both people are in the back of their brain and not in the front of their brain, it's going zero. It's going downhill very fast.
Yeah. It's a still area that I'm working on. I fail at it sometimes, and sometimes I pat myself on the back. And but having the language, I think tone. There's some people who don't focus on tone so much, but the message, and there's people that focus on tone. I'm a person who gets I even just as I talk like this, and my voice raises when I try to make a point. So I have to be conscious of who I'm speaking to. I know there's some people, it's whatever. It's
Right.
about what I'm saying. Some people, and then some people see I'm getting excited as getting upset.
Yeah, that's the cultural
So how do you
proficiency.
balance that?
I mean, it's the culturally proficient piece. If you feel that you are getting heightened,
Hmm.
I mean, you can express and say, "Hey, I like respectfully, I can feel my blood rising and I'm getting excited, so I talk like this when I get excited." And as long as you address it up at the front, it shouldn't be an issue. But you still got people that's going to take it personal, regardless of how you dress it up or not dress it up.
So have you ever been approached about something the way you communicate that was offensive or taken the wrong way?
Yeah, because I get excited just like you.
I'm like, when the hand goes like this, look.
I'm trying to tell your ass.
Oh my God. I'm loud. Ludi Johnson is our mom, and that lady is loud when she
Right.
talks. And remember one time, I don't know if you remember this sidebar. You and me were walking through the mall, and we like heard, but it was far. And I was like, I think that's mom, but it was far. And she comes around the corner. Hey, girl, I know that
Oh, at
lady's
Lindale?
voice.
Was it at Lindale? At
Huh?
Lindale?
Yeah, at Lindale. So
Mhm.
that's where we get it from. I mean,
So
and I
yeah, I
think
think
but I happen to think I'm soft spoken, but I
yeah,
still be getting them riled up.
yeah. It's like your tone, rhythm of speech,
Hmm.
and it's not what you say, but how you say it.
Yes. So I'm trying to look for better because I know I get heightened, having still the addressing that and like just having the right language. But I notice for me, and I'm going to ask you, if I don't really feel emotionally safe with someone, I do avoid them and a little bit. But if you straight up confront me, I won't shut down.
Sure.
I'll have the conversation. But approaching it with someone that I'm emotionally not safe with, that's a challenge.
Right. See, for me, if I know if it gotta got it, if it gotta happen, it gotta happen. Ain't no more running from it. And I learned that at state government, because a lot of people in state government are just straightforward and direct, and
Hmm.
it's not so much of it's like personal attacks of people, but that's just how people are just blunt in state government. So I was like,
Hmm.
there's conversations you just gotta have where people when you can't run. and it got to be said. You know what I'm saying? And then you just,
Right.
it's almost like you. It's not like getting like tougher skin, but you just get comfortable in it, where it
Mhm.
doesn't feel like so uneasy or even confrontational, really, because that's how people talk.
That's interesting you said. I would say in my work life, I because work is work, right? Your professional life, you have to have the conversations. I can have hard conversations professionally
Hmm.
for the most part because it's we got to get some stuff done and we got
Right.
to like but guess what? I have no emotional probably connection to.
Sure. But at the house, though, like with me and Brienne, like if we get into a fight or an argument, it doesn't happen often. But if it
Mhm.
does, I'm the calm one while she's decompressing and
Mhm.
letting me know how she feels. We then talk through it. And then once I'm able to calm down myself, then I let her know, like, okay, well, this is what it was on my end. This is how I received it.
Yeah.
You got to take turns. I think a lot of times in relationships, people aren't unwilling. People are unwilling to take turns in a conversation because they both want to be heard. But someone has to take a step back to listen, to resolve, and then express. It's tough.
It
Easier
is.
said than done. It is hard. It is
And you
hard.
don't and you don't get it right every time. It's still an error. There's times where I get it right. And then I turn around and I'm like, I dropped the bag.
Yeah, I get it wrong quite a bit too. Like it's hard. Like you just, but it's good to be aware of it so that so that you know.
You
Because
know,
sometimes
ano-
I just don't want to hear it,
you don't want to hear it.
and then I'm like, then I'm an asshole.
You know, another reason for fear of conflict, I think rejection
Oh, sure.
and also fear of hearing where you need to tighten up, where you need to take accountability and tighten up. You don't want to hear negative. Nobody wants to hear negative things about themselves.
Heck no.
No, it doesn't feel good. I want to be right. I want to be perfect. Or or do you just want to be better? I just want to be a better human. Sometimes it
Yeah.
takes a lifetime to do that, right?
I mean, getting 1% better every day. That's all you can do. Keep chopping the wood.
Hey, and the first thing is just knowing like, hey, there's some areas where I need to mature at, where I need to tighten up. I didn't handle that one right. I shut down. I didn't have the conversation. Um, Me and a good friend, we just had a great conversation where we were really just honest with each other about everything. And this is a separate from not the ghosting one, but we had this conversation about everything. And can I tell you something? It felt like a restart where we can move forward really operating in honesty and in
Well,
a
now you
loving
got a
way.
foundation.
Huh?
Now you got a true foundation.
We built it because we met young. Now we
Yeah.
rebuilt something. We talked about everything. And I had to receive some things. And I had to
Yeah.
take accountability for some things. And they did the same thing. And it just and giving permission to say, please be honest with me going
Right.
forward. I do not try to micromanage my feelings. Well, I don't want you to get upset. That's my issue.
Right. That's not on you.
That's not on you. And that's refreshing. I want to start approaching more things that way. But one thing at a time. Having a lot of friends is a lot sometimes.
Well, it's wild that you bring that up because you know, yes, having a lot of friends is a lot sometimes, but
Hmm.
so depending on where you met some of your people in your life. So like I still like every year I go on the high school guys trip and we go to Moravia, out in I think it's like southern Iowa maybe. I don't know
Hmm.
directions. But anyways, like just getting back with them, you like see how far you've come. And not in the sense to like put anybody down or anything like that, but you just see how much you've grown from that area. So like
Hmm.
and reintroducing yourself to this group of people, I'm not the same Timmy. I go by Tim now. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously
Hmm.
everybody that know me still call me Timmy, but like on the real talk though, like I'm Tim though.
Right.
This is who I am like in this space now. Like obviously we're gonna kick it and have fun and have a good time, but I'm still not like we're not kids anymore. So like what does
Right.
our relationships look like now that we're actually adults and fathers and husbands? Like we've all grown from being these scrawny high school kids trying to get a football scholarship, but now we're like grown men. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. That's good insight that you just brought up to that because those are real things. Because you got to, it's almost like a re. Now let me reintroduce myself. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we're not the same no more. So like the things that irritate me may be different, but like let's talk it. Let's get through it. Let's figure it out. I could be dealing with a whole bunch of stuff now as an adult that I never
Hmm.
even put y'all on game because y'all would have never even knew that was even happening in my life in high school. But now I'm in a
Yeah,
comfortable place to address it with you because now I'm confident in myself to address it with you.
that's fact. How do you manage? You have a lot of friends. You and me have that in common, probably because of our upbringing. We both have
Right?
a lot of people in our lives. How do you manage it? Because remember, you're a father and a husband. So how do
I
you
just be
manage?
chilling, bro. Like so, um, but it's cool though because like with some of the friends, they're now entering fatherhood.
Hmm.
They're now entering marriage. So now our conversations are different, which is awesome. Because now like I'm in a season of my life where like I'll go kick it, have a couple of drinks, bro. But like truly after doing that hard 75, like I
Hmm.
don't got no urge to get drunk no more. Like I'll have a
Right.
couple of drinks, a shot, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
get a little tipsy. But now I really have no urge to like be out here sloppy. Like it's
Right.
not like I really started to lose that a little bit, but now since the hard 75, bro, like I
Yeah.
really like they be making fun of me because like even after I have a drink, like I'm chugging water. Like I don't want to be hungover at all. Like
Right.
that 75 days of not drinking like really changed my life and it changed my body. So I'm really trying to keep all my stuff together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like now I'm just with the folks that bring me just good energy where I
Hmm.
don't feel like I'm pouring. That's like where I'm attracted to of being around. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're a pourer. You was pouring into everybody.
Yeah. So now it's like, bro, we chilling, man. Let's chill. Let's kick back, crack some jokes. Let's hear about how work's going. I don't have to therapize you. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just chop it up, kick it. But yeah, the it's smaller. Like obviously, I got my pockets of
Right.
I got the homies that are never not going to be the homies. Like I just saw this. I can't remember his name, but it's like we need to start appreciating those silent friendships where you're not taking all the pictures together. You guys aren't bragging and boastful, going on all the trips together. But every time y'all link up, it's like money and like ain't nothing ever change.
Nothing
A lot of
changed.
those, which are nice. Cause you can't give everybody your time.
You can't.
So
Well, I love this conversation. Okay, what are your parting words?
I will say, learn yourself. Be self aware of the things that irritate you, and don't be afraid to let people know. Be socially aware
Hmm.
because time and place matters also. So when you are in a mood or you do feel away, know where you are, know your audience, and just stand on it. I think the reason why we do block and we do ghost is because we don't want to tell people that we're done with something. So it's a lot easier to just, oh, you're irritated me, I'm gonna block you. Oh, I don't want to respond to you, so I'm gonna ghost you. Let's
Hmm.
let's let's start being upfront about what it is. And I think you gain more respect by doing that. In all honesty, because now people know where you stand, and there's no gray area. Because I would imagine, and this is just me speaking like for I'll speak for myself and not generalize all men. But
Hmm.
if I'm continuously blowing you up and you're not giving me no response, that is a response. So I'm going to get it at some point in time. But you got some folks that really just don't get it. And then now they're fixated on why this person isn't responding to me. What did I do wrong? Now it turns into that.
Yeah. Oh, that just made me sad. Like, someone like, what did I do wrong? Uh, on that note, I think you just said it perfectly. I don't know. That made me sad for a second, but I think you nailed it on the head, and I agree. So, if you guys like this show, please like, share, hit that notification button. You can also listen and follow the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I will put the links in the comments, but they're also in the About section. But if you guys have any ideas for shows or you want to be a guest, email me at bougiegirl@gmail.com, BOOSHEGURL at gmail.com. And until next time, peace and blessings.